watch your mailbox as it will be arriving any day now from Social Security. I have all the details and what you certainly want to watch for and why this is so important right here in the video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. All right, now everything I'm talking about here in this video pertains to all beneficiaries that receive benefits from the Social Security Administration, well over 70 million beneficiaries, and yes, you will be receiving something in your mailbox probably right now. If you haven't received it already, you will be getting it here in just a matter of days, and this is going to be very important because it has some very important financial information in it in regards to your own personal situation. Now, at the same time, I completely recognize just as much as you do, sometimes when you get a piece of mail from Social Security, it's like, I don't really know if I want to open this thing. I don't know what it could possibly be. What is it really going to say? Is it possibly a check? Sometimes it has those tear-off sides like that, which this one will have those tear-off sides. So if that's the situation, you certainly want to open that thing up and see what's inside. But sometimes we also wonder, is this going to be one of those dreaded overpayment letters where they reach out to me and say, hey, sorry, we've overpaid you by all this money and we want all this money back? Well, I can tell you this much. What I'm talking about here in this video is not the overpayment letter. But who knows? There may be some people out there that get that around the same time as well. Hopefully not, but unfortunately, that may be the situation. However, I do want to talk about this other document that is going out, and then I also do want to give some information as far as why you probably definitely want to open this thing up soon, take a look at it, and then also file this thing away and keep it at your disposal. I know it's easy a lot of times to get this information, this documentation, and to feel like, I don't like this, and maybe rip it up and throw it away, or maybe throw it in the burn pile, or whatever people do with it. I would highly recommend you'll probably want to hold on to this thing because the reasons I will give you a little bit later in this video. It's pretty good reasoning, and again, we got to be prepared here for the rest of the 2025 and what may be coming or may not be coming. We don't know yet, right? But anyway, this time of year, just like all kinds of other things that happen, it is going to be your well, okay, first off, it's going to be one of two different documentation types, okay? It's either SSA 1099 or SSA 1042S. These are the couple different documents that the Social Security Administration sends out to beneficiaries to show how much they paid you in the calendar year of 2024. And you might be thinking, hey, I already know how much they paid me, right? It was X dollars per month multiplied by 12 months. Okay, fine, that's okay, but this document that they're sending out to you, this official payment document, okay, it's your 1099. You probably want to hold on to that, or it is your 1042S, okay? Whatever it is that they send you, you probably want to hold on to this documentation. Now, why? Why would you need such a thing? Okay, for a couple different reasons. Let me share with you really quickly. Number one, let's just say that maybe your income was such that you need to file a federal and or state tax return. If that's the case, this is going to have your official documentation, your official income from Social Security right there on that document. And you might be thinking, but hey, I don't file a federal or state tax return. Okay, that's fine. If that's the case, then you got to do what's best for yourself. If you know that you are somebody that typically does not file a tax return, then that's good. I mean, that's up to you. But by the way, quick side note, this is not tax advice, not accounting advice. I am not your CPA. I am not your accountant at all. Everybody's situation is very, very different. I'm not telling you what you should or should not do here, except for the fact that I do recommend holding on to this documentation. Now, that's reason number one. You probably want to refer to this if you do need to file a tax return, either with the federal government or your state. It'll have that information right there. But next, okay, here's another very important reason. And again, I have no idea what's going to happen in 2025. I'm just being real with you. If I knew, I would tell you. I don't know what the rest of the year is going to hold here. However, there's a reason that I want to bring to your attention that you probably want to hold on to this. Okay, remember a couple years ago, and again, I just want to be very fair. We're looking back a couple years here. But a couple years ago, remember what happened? We got stimulus checks, right? And then what happened? Shortly after we got the stimulus checks distributed, basically they came out and said, sorry, we're not sending them out anymore. The only way that you can get a stimulus check, again, this was a couple years ago, the only way you can get a stimulus check anymore is if you file a federal tax return in order to get it. I can't tell you how many hundreds, probably thousands of comments I saw over the course of, I don't know, a year and a half's time. I had people reaching out to me all the time saying, hey, how do I get it? And I'd always write back and say, according to what they've said, the only way you can get it anymore is by filing a federal tax return. And somebody would say, well, I don't file taxes because my income is X, Y, or Z, and I don't need to file. Okay, you're right. In most cases, a lot of people that receive a fixed income benefit don't need to file. Again, not tax advice in any way, shape, or form, but if you wanted to get the stimulus check a couple years ago, you had to file a tax return in order to get it, right? So that was kind of the situation. Then people would say, well, I don't file. I don't need to file because I don't need to do that. Well, again, what I was saying is that you would have to file in order to get it. But here's the situation that I want to point out really fast. Let's just say in 2025, we get into this situation again where stimulus checks are distributed. And let's just say in, 4 months or something. Again, I'm just making up a timeline here to kind of illustrate the purpose or the point that I'm trying to make here. Let's just say in 4 months after they distribute a stimulus check, they say, sorry, the only way you can get it anymore is by filing a tax return. Well, guess what? If you file a tax return, you gotta have some documentation as far as income received and things like that, even to put it in there. Even if your income is zeroed out, that's okay, but you probably still want to enter those numbers in, even in the event you would need to file in order to get some kind of stimulus check going forward. Again, I don't know what's going to happen in 2025. I'm just being 100% real with you. I don't know. But if this situation were to play out, and if they said you have to file a tax return in order to get a stimulus check on the behalf of, whatever they would, the parameters would be, you probably want to have this documentation because you would need to enter that in the event of filing for a federal tax return in order to get some kind of stimulus check going forward. Does that kind of make sense? Okay, this happened a couple years ago, and again, I saw so many comments about this and so much confusion out there, and low-income, fixed-income people reaching out saying, but I typically don't file. And I kept coming back saying, it doesn't matter if you file or don't file. They told us in order to get it, you gotta file a tax return, okay? That's all I'm saying here is you may want to hold on to this document. In fact, I would highly recommend you keep this documentation. This letter you will be getting like right now. If you haven't gotten it yet, you will be getting it very, very soon here. If you have not received it, just hold on to it. Just file it somewhere. Keep it for the next year. Who cares? It's a little piece of paper. It'll take up like virtually no room in your house. Wherever, just stick it somewhere. Just somewhere that you remember where it is. And if you don't need it, fine. It's okay. But if you need official documentation of your income, this would be a great document to have. Now, here's another thing that I want to throw out there really fast as well. Let's just say in 2025, and again, who knows your situation? Who knows what's going to happen? Nobody knows. But let's just say that you go get a loan or maybe approved for, an apartment, a car, a house, a loan. It doesn't matter, anything. What's the loan officer going to ask for? What is the banker going to ask for? What is an apartment manager, somebody like that, going to ask for? Hey, can you show us proof of income? No, I can't because I don't have any documentation. Guess what this document would be? A perfect document to whip out and say, here, look, I received Social Security, and here is my 1099 from Social Security on the behalf of 2024. Not a bad document, right? My point is, this will come in handy for more purposes than you may think. And again, who knows what's going to happen through the entire year? Maybe you don't need a loan for a car or a house or an apartment application or a banker, anything like that. My point is, it's an official document from the Social Security Administration that you can whip out at any given time to show proof of income. It's not a bad document to have at your disposal at any given time. Now, yes, you can get this, again, from Social Security if necessary. You could always call them and request it. Wouldn't recommend that. You're going to sit on hold way too long. But if you do have a My Social Security account, you can go on there and get all that information. But if you have it already, why not just file it away somewhere? Keep it along with, what other papers that may be important in your life. Just stick it there, and if you need it, you know exactly where to find it. If not, that's fine. Leave it sit there for a year, pull it out in a year, and toss it at that point, or whatever, okay? Again, just do whatever's best for you. That's just what I like to do. That's just best practices. In my opinion, that's just the nicest thing to do. It's convenient. It's a nice document to have on hand when needed. Whip it out. If not, that's fine. Don't do it, right? So anyway, this will be, again, your SSA 1099 or SSA 1042S, whatever document that you'll be receiving from Social Security, and it's official documentation showing income that you received in the form of monthly benefit checks on the behalf of 2024, okay? Those are the reasons why I'm saying you probably want to hold on to this, why you probably want to watch for it, and open it up. Make sure that it makes sense, too. By the way, this information that Social Security is sending you will also be furnished to the IRS. They're giving this information to the IRS. So here's the thing. Let's just say, for example, they made a mistake on your 1099. And let's just say that you got, $12,000 in the calendar year of 2024. But what if they made a mistake and added an extra zero and they said, whoops, we gave you $120,000? That's a big mistake. If they said that on your 10, again, I'm not saying that they will, I'm just simply saying, look at it to make sure that it makes sense and that it's accurate. Because if they accidentally slip an extra digit in there and make it look like, whoa, you got so much more money, that is also furnished to the IRS. And they're going to come a knocking saying, hello, where's our cut? You know what I'm saying? So just make sure that makes sense, okay? You can always divide it out, take the total amount that they have listed on your 1099, divide it out by months and make sure that makes sense on your benefit check, stuff like that. Again, the number should make sense, okay? Just best practices, just make sure it looks accurate. Okay, anyway, that's all I want to say to you here in this video. I hope that helps you. Again, watch for this. I'd highly recommend holding on to it. If you don't want to, by all means, don't do it. Doesn't matter. I'm just saying it's just what I would do. Anyway, hope this helps you. Again, please make sure to like the video. Thumbs up button down below. Subscribe as well. Big subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. Share this video. Again, if you know one person or two people that could benefit from this information, anybody that receives a fixed income benefit from Social Security, please share this video with them so they also understand what's going on here. Again, share button down below. Otherwise, check out the well over 5,000 plus videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well, you'll see some videos there. Thanks so much. Enjoy your day. Have a good one, and I'll catch you again later.